What's up, guys? Here we go. Another week, another betting bananas. To my left, the cornerman, Ryan Quinn. Ryan, how you doing, brother?
Fantastic. Great to be here.
Absolutely, man. Hey, you got to follow this man's best bet. Killing it. Absolutely killing it.
hmm
Underneath, Elle Wagman, 5-0, doesn't know how to lose in an octagon, but also doesn't know how to lose in our three-fight parlays. 2 weeks in a row, we cashing, Elle. We cashing.
Let's go. Let's make it 3.
I like it. I like it. She's not even dude. That's that fighter's mentality. If I won 2 in a row, I'd be like, I'll be in a tux. I'll be telling everyone how good I am. I'll be over. Elle's like, no, I don't care about 2. I want 3. I love it. I love it, man. Well, guys, we have a good card. Another. I've been really enjoying these fight night cards. A little bit underrated. Some names, like guys like Ronnie Lawrence. Like this guy's on a great run, really, really good high-end fighter. A year and a half from now, he might be like the Adrian Yanez that UFC Austin. So there's just a lot of names here. The main event stacked, a really cool, pivotal 155-pound fight. But before we get into the card, real quick, Ryan Quinn, we got our trivia. We need an answer. And then 2, a real quick 30-second synopsis betting-wise on UFC 276. But Ryan, lead us on the trivia real quick.
Yeah, okay. So the trivia question last week was who has won the Ultimate Fighter and gone on to win the UFC championships? There was a lot more than I thought, actually, close to double. So there was actually 9. Starting with Matt Serra. He told everyone to go eat humble pie after he knocked out George St. Pierre. Rashad Evans. He was the first one who organically was brought up through the Ultimate Fighter and then won the title. Forrest Griffin. Everyone knows that. He beat Rampage Jackson. Carla Esparza was the inaugural champion for the weight class. Yeah. Michael Bisping filled in and beat Luke Rockhold for the middleweight. Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson was the Ultimate Fighter winner. He actually won the interim title, but we got to count him. And then Nico Montano, she won. And then pound for pound best, Kamaru Usman won the Ultimate Fighter, went on to win the title. And that was another one that the Ultimate Fighter, that was Black Zillions versus ATT. So that wasn't exactly a tournament style, but it still was, So
it's funny because I always think of Hassan winning at the end and everyone American Top Team going crazy. I forgot that Usman actually went on to win the tournament.
Listen, we won. All right, he won the title. He got the trophy, but ATT won. We got the points.
That's very true. That's the best year ever in American Ultimate Fighting history. It was the best. One is great because it's the original. The best year was American Top Team versus Black Zillions.
Let me tell you something about that season. So, like, for those of you who don't out there who are watching about smoker shows or basically lower level exhibition shows. And just the thought that these were going on these fights on Monday and Wednesday afternoon, or Wednesday and Friday afternoons, and people were going crazy in the middle of Coconut Creek and Deerfield Beach. We're like, dude, it was just an insane atmosphere. And it was just, and I'll never forget, for those of you who watched the season, we were all tied up going into the last fight. It was a Friday afternoon, and it was just insane. We were all going crazy. And then I remember after Hyder won, it was that was the closest thing I ever had to a college national championship. It was just it was so crazy. It was insane. I remember we went to the promenade after, stayed there a lot longer than we should have, a lot of us. Then it was that whole season was insane. It was a lot of fun.
I love it.
Would you like me to get into next week's trivia, or you want me to save that for the end?
Save that for the end. That's the nugget. We gotta hook the people in. We're hooking them in. Real quick, 30-second synopsis. We'll start with you, Elle. UFC 276. Not even the card. Not the Undertaker walk. Not even Alex Pierre is not going to Strickland. A bet. You nailed your 3-fight parlay. Is there something that you thought was very interesting and under and over? Just a real quick betting wise. 30 seconds.
I was really, really impressed with Pereira. I actually had Sean Strickland. That was one of my off-screen parlays. I had parlayed Sean Strickland and Miller, and I obviously lost that one. It was a good odds as well. I had Miller by finish, and then I had Sean Strickland winning a decision. I was really impressed with him, man. Sean is a tough dude. I think his most recent loss before that was Usman by decision.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
The guy's a stud. And I really like Pereira. Really like the fact that dude might actually get a title shot is like the only thing I want to talk about from UFC 276. Like this dude has had what 2-3 fights in the UFC, 7 MMA fights overall, 8 MMA fights overall, and might get a title shot next. That's just unreal. I would love to see him fight Izzy again.
All right, Ryan, 30-second UFC 276 betting.
Man, all right. Well, I guess I got to stick to that real quick. When I saw Sean coming forward with no head movement, flat-footed with the hands like this, it kind of reminded me when I was a kid going downhill on my bicycle and the chain popped. I just knew there was some really bad stuff coming at the end of that hill. The best thing that I could say about this was how bad I whiffed over Rodolfo Vieira beating Chris Curtis. Because Chris came to fight.
That was 2 weeks ago.
That was 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago? Card Tiago was on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, then, what else?
You nailed last week, Ryan. Like, your picks were on point.
Well, I know. Okay, I really did really bad on one of my parlay picks. One of them I really whiffed on. I thought that was it. But anyway, Chris is fighting in London again, so I won't be betting against him anytime soon.
Oh, what crazy! That's big breaking news. Maybe Elle doesn't even know about it yet. She just got home from dinner. Darren Till's out of the co-main event versus Hermanson. Yeah. Christopher Curtis, the action man, steps up. Very, very cool. I don't want to toot my own horn. Don't want to, but my number one best bet on UFC 276 was Bryan Barberena. I love that bet all week. It was like even money. I just did not get it. I don't want to yell it. I kind of want to be more of the I'm doing air quotation folks for the people that listen on the podcast. Kind of want to be the host. Bryan Barberena was easy money last week, like easy money. But
what an amazing fight too! Like there's
great
no
fight.
doubt in my mind that those guys were not going to deliver exactly what they did.
Yeah,
pretty much just boxing in a phone booth.
Yeah. And 5 years ago, it's a coin toss, or I would be really high in Robbie Lawler, but a phone booth boxing match in 2022 against Robbie Lawler. I'm taking the other guy. I'm sorry.
Man, those elbows, I was talking with Mo about this over the weekend, just like our King Mo. The game's changed a little bit since I fought with these elbows and the spinning stuff, and it's something you got to be aware of when you're in that phone booth now. That's a major adjustment I would have to make, and they are deadly, as we've seen.
All right. We're going to get rolling. We went a little bit longer. It was a great pay-per-view, great stuff, great trivia. Answer, we'll have another question here at the end. Elle, take us away. What is the best bet? UFC Vegas 58, stack card, really cool main event. What is your best bet on this card?
So my best bet is a little bit of a spoiler because it'll also be a big underdog. But, man, I can't get away from RDA being such a big underdog in the main event. And I actually have him winning in the over. The odds are amazing for this. I really think the value is there in this bet. Fiziev is, of course, super dangerous, but RDA has such a strong chin, and especially after the way RDA just beat Moicano. I know Moicano took that on short notice, but the timing of RDA's takedowns, I think he can quell the danger factor of Fiziev and just fit in and wrestle him. And RDA doesn't get tired. So I think we're going to see that fight exactly the same from rounds 1 through 5.
Before we go to Ryan and ask him, Elle Wagman just went. Oh, there we go. You good, Elle?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. It's all right. Before we go to Ryan, my absolute best bet on this card, my Bryan Barberena of this week is RDA as well. I love RDA in this spot. I know Rafael Fiziev is an absolute monster and kicks, but I just felt like him versus Bobby Green was super close, maybe closer than a lot of people remember it. And I just think RDA, the wrestling, the grappling, look at who he's fought over the last 6 years. The guy doesn't fight anyone other than top 5, top 10 talent. I love RDA. I can't believe he's plus 180 right now. Cannot believe it. You got to take those odds. Ryan, what's your best bet on the board, my man?
My lock of the night. I like the main event going the over. I have RDA winning too, but I'm just going to play it safe and stick with the over. But to what you guys were saying, like, I almost could predict this round by round. I feel like RDA is going to win round 1, lose round 2. It's going to be a toss-up round 3, and then RDA is going to win rounds 4 and 5. I question Fiziev's his gas tank in rounds 4 and 5. And whenever, like 2 years, like RDA has, black belt in jiu-jitsu, but he's got that functional wrestling. If he gets in trouble with the power shots that Fiziev brings, he's going to get him up against the fence in that double leg and choose some clock, get the takedown and wear him. So yeah, I like the over, but I'm going to play it safe. I like RDA, but I'm playing safe, just the over.
Wow, guys, we've never been like this. We've always had a little bit of maybe, I don't know, going opposite. All three of us are really on this RDA thing. That makes me feel good. I'm like all week long, really high on it. I saw the odds. I'm like, whoa, I love this. I already sprinkled a little bit in it on Monday, and it's only going the way I wanted to. So I would assume, is your underdog play as well as that RDA, Elle? Is that what we're leaning?
Yeah, man, there's a couple other underdogs that I was looking at, but the fact that you can get an RDA at plus 180 is just unreal to me. Like the dude, like you said, he is probably one of the most well-rounded guys in the game overall, especially at this weight class. And man, I know Fiziev is very dangerous, but RDA has fought super dangerous guys. And I think it's not so much that RDA has good wrestling, but he has impeccable timing. And I know I already said that, but I can't stress that enough. I think a guy who pressures hard and throws big shots like Fiziev does, I think he's going to be able to fit in really easily. And I can't see Fiziev being able to get away from him on the ground.
This is unbelievable. Really cool stat. I'm on the MyBookie right now. RDA is the third highest underdog play you can do at plus 180. The second is Michael Johnson at plus 195. Michael Johnson can beat anyone in the division, but also can lose to anyone in the division. It's just not a lot of guy I like to put my money on. And the other one is Douglas Silva. He's fighting a Nurmagomedov. If you know about that, it's not a good thing. Not a good thing in MMA. Do not fight a Nurmagomedov. So I cannot believe RDA is this high. I cannot believe it. Ryan, is your underdog play as well RDA?
It is not. My underdog pick is Michael Johnson. I just first of all, he's on a little bit of a skid, but not really. He just won his last fight and he looked good. He lost to Josh Emmett. Who's beating Josh Emmett these days? And then I feel like that people feel the loss to Thiago Moises was a bad loss. Clearly that's not the case anymore. Clearly that's so like he's fighting tougher dudes and he's got devastating hand speed, knocked out Dustin Poirier. I just really like him in this fight. I feel he's had tougher strength of schedule. He's feeling good off his last win. Yeah, he's 37. Who cares? I'm going Michael Johnson.
Wow. I might have to challenge you on this one to a bunny ear bet.
Oh, bunny ears? What are the bunny ears? What are we want to explain what those are?
So we've been talking about this for a couple weeks, but we haven't actually had a chance. We've been agreeing too much. So we decided that if we disagree on a bet head to head, we are gonna bet the other bunny ears. So if I lose next week, I'll be rocking some bunny ears, and if Ryan Quinn loses, which he probably will, he'll be rocking some bunny ears next week.
No problem. Yeah, I don't need to, but I'll go to Target tomorrow and pick them up just in case.
I think you forget that Michael Johnson can't stop a shot, and JD Malarkey took down Jalen Turner, who's a
man. He's got crazy hand speed. You can't rush in on. He's got crazy hand speed. You can't rush in on.
I don't disagree with you, but man, Malarkey's tough, and if there's one thing that Johnson hasn't been recently, it's that mental toughness isn't there for me anymore. When I watch him fight, like. I don't know, man.
He's riding hot.
I got to put my money on Malarkey on this one.
I think he's riding hot off of the last win. He's feeling good. It was just enough time to rest, but yet not enough time to have a long layover. I like Michael Johnson.
On MyBookie's second month when they signed back with Bet and Bananas and Fight Bananas, because we're the hottest, MMA betting show in the damn market, I'm going to buy myself a popcorn machine now because I'm going to make popcorn and just watch Ryan Quinn and Elle Wagman argue about a bet. This is gold right now.
Verbal cage fight.
I'm telling you, like Michael Johnson, I said it not knowing we were going to go this angle. He's just one of those guys. I really do. I'm not just saying he could beat anyone in the division. He can because he does have the hand speed and the power, and he's been around the block, a vet in the game. But I think, honestly, on the other side, he can lose to anyone in the division. He can lose to the 52nd guy in the division. And Jamie Malarkey is no slouch by any means. Really gritty, really tough. Honestly, I'm just looking at MyBookie right now. I kind of like the over at plus 130. I think Jamie's going to be really grappling, wrestle him down at plus 130. I think this is going 15 minutes because I don't think Michael is going to catch him. So just looking at that, plus money again in the underdog role. Man, my bookie's handing out money tonight, guys. They're just
My
handing
bookie,
out money.
take a lookie.
I like it. All right, so we got our first ever bunny ears bet. I got to make artwork. I got to go home right now and send my artist artwork. We got Elle Wagman, Jamie Merlarkey, Ryan Quinn, Michael Johnson. There we go. Bunny ears bet official. All right, let's go 3-5 parlay. Elle Wagman has been on fire. My girls, Taylor and Emerson, the twins, say thank you. They got brand new shoes at a 3-5 parlay. They appreciate Elle Wagman. Elle, what are we doing? I'm following your lead. Wherever you go, I will follow. What is your magnificent, the unbeatable 3-5 parlay?
All right, so first leg. Sorry, Ryan. My first leg is Jamie Merlarkey. I really think he's going to get it done. I was looking at I understand Michael Johnson has fought some tough guys. However, outside of Alan Patrick, who has not been exactly killing it lately, he has not won a fight since about, I think it's 2018. Lost to Clay Guida. Obviously, the losses to Moises, those are not anything to scoff at. But I just don't think he's got it in him anymore. And I think Merlarkey is a really tough dude. He's also fought some equally tough dudes, just more up-and-comers and less vets at this point. So my money's on Jamie. My second leg of my parlay is Antonina Shevchenko over Courtney Casey in the over. I definitely don't think I see her finishing this fight, but I think Courtney is at the tail end as well. She's not doing well in her fights against the higher level girls or your girls that aren't even doing as well at this point in time. I think Antonina, Courtney struggles with that range a lot with some of these rangier girls, and Antonina does do that really, really well with her striking and her kickboxing. So I see her getting that done in the over 2.5 rounds. And then the final leg of my parlay is still my boy RDA in the over. I think him in the over 4.5 rounds is just money.
Wow, I like that. I like that a lot. Like I said, I'm into the Jamie one. RDA I already got, and then Shevchenko. Okay, I like that into it. All right. I was hoping Elle was going to say Ronnie Lawrence in that meat spot. I really like him a lot. He's at minus 135 too, just to win straight. I like that play a lot. All right, Ryan, 3-5 parlay. Let's make it. Yep. Let's get a winner. Let's just keep on winning. What you got?
All right, I'll give you a taste. I have actually. This was picking these parlays made me realize how tough. There's a lot of tough fights this weekend coming up. This is gonna be a sleeper show. But Ronnie Lawrence versus Sedyokov, I have it written down. Karkmanov. I have that going the over. I just I feel like, who is it? They both been somewhat inactive, but I feel like that we're gonna see a little bit of a feeling out process. But I just see. I mean, it's gonna eventually just start steamrolling. But I have that one going the over. I just feel like that's the way that matchup's going. It's a tough matchup. Might be fight of the night. The next one, Jared Vandereira versus Chase Sherman. I have that one going the under. I've just seen a lot of this with those two, and I feel like that means we're going to see a lot of this, and somebody's going to get caught. So, two heavyweights. And then the last one. This is tough for me, but I got Cynthia Calvillo over Nina Nunes by decision. I just think that Nina wins very controlling pace fights. Cynthia's kind of in your face and scrappy, a little more active both in the fight as well as schedule lately, and I just see her going to a decision win over 15 minutes.
Wow, I like that. I got a lot of inside scoops. So let me give a little bit of the sauce that I have on the side here. One, I love Ronnie Lawrence. I love that play. I think that's one of the best fights in the card. Super underrated. No one's talking about. No other show is talking about that fight. Love that. I know someone that's going to be in Chase Sherman's corner in 4 days. Literally talked to him today. Says Chase looks great. Boxing looks great. He knows what he's going against. He thinks this fight's going to end within the first round.
There you go.
He said that. They're going in that phone booth. Sherman's going to win in the first round. They're going to get knocked out himself. I literally talked to someone in the inside there. And then Cynthia Calvillo. Felicia Spencer talked to her today. It's her absolute lock on this whole card. She thinks Calvillo is this. She's literally fighting for a job. I think she's lost 3 in a row, 4 in a row. It could be a deathbed in the UFC. And also, guys, just throwing it out there, it's one of these me maybe being outside the fight game a little bit, not in the gym every day. Nina is like Amanda Nunes is fighting in 3 weeks for the championship that she lost against Julia Pena. How can Nina Nunes be like in the 100% in the fight herself when her partner, who is the greatest female fighter in the history of the sport, fighting in 3 weeks. Like there's something off there. There's just too much going on. And maybe, Elle, you could talk about this a little bit with you and Grant both being fighters. I just think if Grant was fighting Charles Oliveira for the championship, the biggest fight of his fucking life, maybe, and tell me if I'm wrong, Elle, like you
had a 2-year-old running around.
Huh? That's
you had a 2-year-old running around.
She definitely has a lot of help with Reagan, though. Like, I mean, Nina's been at the gym, so she has been.
Yeah.
And I do think she's been training a lot. I will say, like, I would like to think that if we both, Grant and I both got big fights around the same time, that we could manage, you know, being able to focus on doing our job, you know. It'd be just like if you had something big going on at work and your wife did as well. You know, it really is the same thing. Like we should be able
My wife takes precedent every time, Elle, every time she wins.
It's one of those things like you think you be able to handle it, but it definitely is difficult. Like when Grant and I are both cutting weight in the house at the same time, it sucks. Like we hate each other. So I know that definitely takes a toll. I mean, Nina looks good. I honestly don't even know how I feel about this fight at this point. I haven't been super impressed with Cynthia lately. I think like
3 in a row.
Nina had a super close fight with Tatiana Suarez. I know Tatiana was hurt, but Tatiana Suarez with an injured neck is still out-wrestle Cynthia Calvillo on her best day. Her wrestling is on another level. And Nina had
Mackenzie
a close fight
Dern.
with her.
She lost to Mackenzie Dern too. She's losing to the two top, challengers.
Of course, and Mackenzie, I will say this about Mackenzie. Mackenzie's jiu-jitsu phenomenal. Her wrestling is still not on the same level. And I feel the same way about Cynthia Calvillo. I think she shoots from too far away. And I think you really have to be careful doing that on a girl like Nina, who does have strong hips. They're also both strawweights going up to flyweight. Neither of them are going to have the size advantage, which is something that like people might think of seeing Nina go up to flyweight, because I believe this is her first fight at 125.
Yes.
But they're both honestly kind of undersized for the division, so neither of them are going to have that extra oomph, you know, from being the bigger girl. And Nina does have strong hips, and she is a lot thicker than she used to be. She has good range control, and Cynthia doesn't have great volume, and she doesn't always set up her shots well. She rushes in, and she tries to do it with 1 or 2 strikes, which is really hard to do on somebody who's throwing a lot of volume and kicks a lot like Nina. I could see Nina giving her a lot of problems in this fight.
Wow, I like that, guys. That breakdown was gold right there. Elle Wagman. Okay, there we go. Guys, all this action, you can look right now at mybookie.ag. Just use the promo code BANANAS. There's so much more that we didn't even get into. Even the main event, we're really high on RDA, all 3 of us. If you guys are leaning that way, go to mybookie.ag right now and bet on RDA. Use the promo code BANANAS. Get a match back deposit. Guys, I think we did it. I think we absolutely nailed it. But we do have to leave the show with Ryan Quinn's trivia question for next week. Ryan, take it away.
All right. So this week we named the fighters who won the Ultimate Fighter and went on to become UFC champion.
9.
Next week. Sorry? Yeah,
9. 9, yeah.
Next week, I want you to name me the 2 fighters that didn't win the Ultimate Fighter and were on the show and went on to become UFC champion.
Wow. Okay.
Ready.
I like that. 2 fighters. Okay. Ryan Quinn just dropping.
I shouldn't have even said the 2. I should have just said name me, but.
No, 2's good. I like this. We gotta help the people a little bit. You know, come on. We got to bring the people along. Guys, I think we absolutely nailed it. I love both of your best bets. The underdog, I love RDA in that one. Oh, man, we got our first ever bunny ears bet. Michael Johnson with Ryan Quinn taking the dog, and we got Elle Wagman taking the fluffy, nice favorite in Jamie Malarkey. I like it. Guys, I think we nailed it. I think it's a great show. Shout out again to my bookie. Elle, appreciate you. Hopefully you had a great dinner. Have a great rest of your week.
Elle, what's your hat size? I could probably pick you up a pair of ears when I'm at Target.
Pair of bunny ears, the small ones they got. Kid size.
I'm just drinking Wawa, Grey Goose and eating popcorn. What a great night. Appreciate your time, guys. We'll talk to you real soon. I got to get an intro and outro. Come on. I got to get on the ball a little bit of this, guys. We are out. We'll see you guys.